It'll be the Dragons to kick off. First use of the football for the Knights. And game 3 on a magnificent afternoon at Central Coast Stadium. Getting underway. Plenty of Knights and Dragons fans in the stands for this one.
Plenty of SBF 50 being thrown around, I hope, as well, in that Western stand. It has been in full sunlight the whole day.
Yes, well, I know someone who's been applying the sunscreen throughout the afternoon is Darren Lockyer, so he's surviving on the sideline.
I am salty, but as you can see, we're in the shade now, so we're safe. We're safe. But thanks for asking.
No, good. I'm glad you're doing well, Lockie. Don't worry about Alana. She's got the stamina to get through the day. With all the concern is about you this afternoon, Darren. Here's a kick from Jesse Southwell, and did well there. In the end, taking that one was Robinson.
Yeah, and Lockie, we're talking lighthearted about that shade, but as this game progresses, that shade currently it's taking up about a third of the western side of the field. So we get towards half-time, it'll be around halfway. So when the ball gets kicked or shifts from the shadow to the light, it can really start to sort of play tricks with your eyes. So just keep an eye on how the ball moves and how we see a penalty here for the Dragons. Just sort of see how that affects the fullbacks with the ball in flight.
So penalty here for the Dragons. Talk about great matchups. Rachel Pearson against Jesse Southwell, the two number 7s.
Yeah, both very different styles of 7s as well. So it will be a very exciting matchup. And so which one comes out with the cookies at the end.
So Dragons now on the front foot. Holly Wheeler wants it. She cuts out Elsie Albert. Through the hands it goes. And here's Robinson, heavily involved early. Inside the Knights 30 they go. Mayono to Pearson. Dodd to Albert! Elsie Albert gets a pass away for Mayono. Still going. He's going to be stopped just short of the line. Here's a penalty. Penalty Dragons.
What a run, Elsie Albert. I want to see that one back on replay for sure. She was just charging, the legs were pumping. She got the arms free. It was a great offload to Fui Mayono, who couldn't quite position her winger to come away with it. But the Dragons now already inside the Knights 20. Just really on the push to start this game.
Albert playing it a couple of metres away from the line. Dodd to dummy half. Here's Tara McGrath-West. Great game last week against the Broncos.
It was huge.
Quick play the ball as well. Dodd through the hands. Tonicado, they put it down. Good defence from the Knights in the end.
Yeah, good line speed, get up in the face there, and the pass, it was right in the line. This is the run I was talking about. Elsie Albert spotted straight up on Clydesdale, just gave her all the bumpers. I think Fuamano thought she might have just foxed Shanice Parker at fullback there, but she slowed her down enough to get the ball. But this is his shift out to the left. It was right, oh no, it's not still the same play, but the shift out to the left was in a lot of traffic. It's a hard pass to try and get right. So the Knights hold on defensively.
They did well in the end, Newcastle. Southwell, dummies there. Taken by the Dragons. Through Mayono. Oh, here's a rare error. Millie Boyle putting it down.
We don't want the scrum.
Yeah, you don't see that very often at all.
Scrum, Dragons, clock on.
Just looking a little unsettled both sides at the moment. They are moving the ball around, but haven't really settled in to sort of see what style of game that we want to see out of both teams today.
Maybe an excuse has been watching 2 games on edge, waiting for your turn, and then you get out there and you want everything to happen straight away, Ruth.
Yeah, that could be it, but I mean, they did arrive sort of halfway through the previous game, so they weren't sitting around in the sun or anything all day. But it is a long wait. You're right.
Tegan Berry Wrapped up. Whenever you see the Dragons play, you always want to see someone like Tegan Berry in open space. Shaylee Bent playing the ball. And here's McGrath West again. 10 metres away from the line. Knocking on the door here, the Dragons. Wheeler, Pearson, Tonegado. Here's Fui Mayono for the line and will score the opening try. Talia Fui Mayono opens the Dragons account for this afternoon.
Well, they've been threatening and threatening and threatening all through the last 5 odd minutes, haven't they, Salty? They've been finding some space. They've been bending the line of the Knights, and we see here on the Harvey Norman replay, it's a long right-hand shift. We've seen them play block for block, and this time they managed to strip the numbers of the Knights' defensive side here. Oh, great passing out the back. And then it's just, Fuimaono just pins the ears back. She knows that they've got the overlap. She finds the try line. What a good way to start for the Dragons, Alana.
Yeah, Talia Fuimaono did well to finish that off. But actually off the scrum, she was on the left-hand side, controlling the attack on the left and then swept around to the right to make numbers. But they just look like they're working very well as an attacking side. Holly Wheeler, who is the captain today with Kezi Apps out, she did a great role to link up this. There she is, first receiver out the back to Pearson, links up with Tonegado and finishes off with Fuimaono. Some very key players in the lead up and attack that was run very well towards the line.
Yeah, that looks sharp from the Dragons. Pearson fails to convert.
Come on. Run. Still got 8 seconds, Jesse.
Talia Fuimaono with the opening try of game 3 of our triple header. Here's Elsie Elbert.
Yasmin, get up square. Kira, lock in. Hold.
Clydesdale in the tackle there for the Knights. Tara McGrath West stands in the tackle of Millie Boyle. Dodd. Wheeler. 5 short of halfway through this set after scoring the try, the Dragons. Shaylee Bent playing the ball inside Knights territory. McGrath West winding up again, picking up this week where she left off last.
Very deceptive running style. She doesn't look like she's running quick, but she always pushes through the line as Pearson puts up a very contestable kick here.
And it's taken there. Good take in the end from Emanita Paki. Playing on the wing this afternoon for the Knights. A few numbers that are all over the place this afternoon with some late changes. You'll see Bobby Law out there in jersey 22. Shanice Parker, originally named in the centres, but lining up at fullback. Robbie Teitzel. Playing the ball, 19 short of the halfway. Southwell, quick hands. Takarangi. Ball's come out here, so...
The ruling's knock on, you can't challenge.
Knock on.
Where do you want the scrum, girls?
Well, looks
Where do you
like
want the
the
scrum, Dragons?
Knights are going to let this one go.
Middle
Back their
scrum,
defence.
knock on.
But this gives the Dragons some ball in pretty good field position here. Watching this one back on replay, it's a one-on-one tackle. She does sort of lose the grip on it there. So, but look at this, Salty. I mean, we've been frothing over this view all day. What a great camera angle.
It's outstanding. The drone has been magnificent all afternoon.
Stay in, break.
Down to you, Lockie.
It's a cracking day here at the stadium, Central Coast Stadium. Good run there from the Dragons. Just watch the outside defence of the Knights. They're coming out of the line, but they're not shutting the ball off. So if they don't fix that up, I reckon the Dragons go in again here.
Elsie Albert looking for a quick play the ball. Eventually gets up. Is Wheeler. Now Pearson. Tonegado. That time they got to her. Good tackle in the end. Now Dodd. Tackled 9 away from the line. There's a run. Good charge.
I love the corners play.
Quick play the ball as well. Albert's got it on the last. Will almost sneak over. Not held. Play on. Dodd gets a pass out wide to Berry, and Tegan Berry. She gets a pass out the back. Bent's got it. Throws it to Tonegado, loses her footing and is wrapped up.
And listen to the crowd are applauding that, because that is excellent scramble defence by the Knights. They were just pushing up. Every time a ball came free, there was a Knights player there to try and shut it down. Really great scramble.
Takarangi playing it for the Knights. Southwell goes to dummy half. Here's Boyle. Oh, good tackle. Holly Wheeler. Higgins to dummy half. Oh, there's a ball. And away they go through Caitlin Johnston. Looking for a quick play the ball. Got it. Kira Dibb. Here's Yasmin Clydesdale. Bobby Law's got it now, 20 metres away. A change in momentum. Last tackle here for the Knights. Dibb rubbers for herself. Ball gets away from Tonegado. She covers it up in the end. She's not going to get back in the field of play, is she? She does. And then forced back. It'll be a penalty, Dragon.
Wow, what a set of play that we just saw. The Knights' defence down the far end stood up to the test. Then that break through the middle, Southwell came away with a ripping offload, and Caitlin Johnston found herself in some space there. Just had the fullback to beat, but Emma Tonegado was up to that one. And this kick was a beauty. Look at the bounce on it. Really caught Tonegado unawares, but look at the way she gets back into the field of play. What a great passage of football.
Shaylee Bent playing it. Tara McGrath-West now. Good defence. Driving defence. 12 sort of halfway here, the Dragons. Pearson kicking early from inside the 40. Won't be a 40-20 or a 40-30, but I'll tell you what a kick it is. Is it going to sit up? Oh, hey, there we go. Shanice Parker wheeling that one over. It was a metre away from being one of the greatest kicks we've seen.
Oh, geez, she showed incredible patience to just wait for that one to do that last turn. Now, Lockie Alana, who on the sideline there, is that wind still coming behind the Dragons over their right shoulder?
Yeah, it is. It's sort of going across the field, but it is favouring the Dragons, as it has done all day. So early kick, just like that from the Dragons, is the way to go in this half.
Higgins goes there to Teitzel. Johnston. Caitlin Johnston. Now the Knights. Really changed for the Knights too. Mackenzie Wheeler's on the field. Jersey 17. That is Yasmin Clydesdale. Now Higgins goes here to Jessie Southwell. Oh, he thought for a moment there that it's a penalty Newcastle.
Late hit.
First thought there was going to be miscommunication at the back, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
On the goal line, Dragons.
Well, here we go. We'll get a good vision of it here. correct call, but she bounces up. And even though Holly gave away that penalty, I like the energy that she started the game with for the Dragons, Holly Wheeler.
When you're ready.
So Olivia Higgins with the tap. And goes here to Johnston. Looking to wind up, tackled a few metres short of the line. Big chance here for the Knights to hit back. Higgins. It's a pass away and the tackle just 2 metres short of the line. Boyle playing it. Now, Southwell to Teitzel. Romy Teitzel for the line. Playing it a metre short. Oh, Higgins will just help herself. Everyone was looking to the left, and Higgins said, hang on, I'm going to go ahead and score a try myself. And Olivia Higgins scores the Knights' first try of the afternoon.
Well, include me in that, because I would looked over to see how they'd sort of set themselves up out to the left there, and Olivia Higgins, this is what she does so well here on the Harvey Norman replay. They play the ball, nothing illegal in that. Both defenders split. That's what creates the gap through the middle. If you don't hold up that middle space, if you look at where the ball's going to go before the ball actually leaves the hands of the number 9, that's what they're looking for. That's what these rakes work so hard at, identifying the ruck week in, week out. And Olivia Higgins, she's spotted that one absolutely beautifully. Alana.
Yeah, she's switched on, Olivia Higgins. Always very tuned into what's happening around the ruck, but the Knights haven't had much of a crack attacking the line, so it just goes to show how important this territory game is for the two sides. The Dragons finding points early, but the Knights, once they get that territory, it's everything in this game.
Great work from Olivia Higgins. And now the Knights are a kick away from taking a 2-point lead. Don't worry about the drone's battery, it's getting higher and higher, providing great shots. Central Coast Stadium.
I don't know if it's actually using the battery. It might just be gliding on that wind.
I know that you and Chris spoke about Gus late in the previous game. He at first one stage thought we were putting a camera on a seagull, so that'd be something.
Body cam footage on the goals.
Speaking of cameras, well done to our crew. They've been on point all throughout the afternoon for you on Nine's Wide World of Sports. The absolute best in the business. No goal, remains 4-all.
Just wait for that clock. Still got 5 seconds, Rachel.
4-all after nearly 17 minutes. Here's the scenario as well for you at home. You think back a few weeks ago in the NRL where the Roosters and the Rabbitohs clashed in the final round, and then they did it again in week 1 of the finals. Well, the same scenario here in the NRLW. As these two teams we will see in action in the semi-finals next week. They'll take on each other. So a chance for bragging rights this afternoon. And one thing, Roo, that we've seen in the opening 17 and a bit minutes is that they're not just going through the motions this afternoon.
No, absolutely not. And I've been really impressed after conceding early points. The Knights, they have just been rolling through the middle of the Dragons. They're averaging over 45 metres each time that they carry the ball in a set of 6. So they're just really warming to their task this afternoon.
Southwell puts in a kick. It's taken well there by Berry. He gets a risky pass away. Oh, heart in your mouth stuff, especially if you're Jamie Soward in the Dragons coach's box.
Another hairline check.
Pearson will go to dummy half. Fuimaono. Dodd. Elsie Albert. Driven back. You don't often see that with Elsie Albert. That was Millie Boyle, one of the defenders in there. That'll help. Kick downfield from Hopkins. Started to angle towards the touchline and then straightened. Oh, thought about the risky pass. Did Parker. In the end, took the tackle. Here's Pucky. Hopkins, one of the defenders there, along with Bent for the Dragons. Southwell, not afraid to go into the line as the teenage number 7. It's a good run. It's a very good run from Parker. Like what went on in the tackle there, Hopkins. Here's Hayla Romanak. Playing the ball to Olivia Higgins. Jessie Southwell now on the last. Drives that one towards the corner. It could have got tricky there on Andy Robinson, but she did well. Tonegado. Oh, Johnston says, I'll finish you off after Clydesdale made the initial contact. Here's Berry.
Been very physical, hasn't it, this game? Neither team are just holding anything back. They're not leaving anything in the tank. They're really feeling each other out. And I think that right now, we've seen the change now. Jamie Soward's brought Keely Davis on. So that change in pace for the Dragons, I think, will be a real bonus.
Holly Wheeler. Dodd. Hopkins. Oh, there's a mistake at the back from Parker.
Oh, she'll be disappointed with that too. She's normally safe as houses out the back. I mean, we heard from her earlier in the day. She has played most of her career at fullback and wing, and she's been relishing the opportunity to play there. And she looks like she just took her eyes off it. Was just having a little bo peep to see where the defensive line was, how much time she had, what she was going to do after she caught it. But you know, after, like I said early on, they conceded early points, but the Knights' defence has been very impressive, and it's another opportunity for them to showcase their goal line D.
Olivia Higgins getting some treatment. We might take the opportunity to go into the Knights coach's box. Ronnie Griffiths joins us, the coach of the Knights. What have you made of the opening 20 minutes or so?
It's been a measured contest from both teams. We certainly haven't been able to complete too many, but found a little bit of rhythm there. But unfortunately, Shanice just took her eyes off the ball at the last minute.
Ron, obviously, Tamika hasn't been able to overcome that calf.
Hang on, we'll just get back to you, Ron, in just a moment as the try is scored there by Tegan Berry for the Dragons. And the Dragons hit the front.
Oh, unfortunate timing there. I reckon Ronnie's probably glad that we turned the camera away from him there. This was a set move off the scrum. We see Pearson feeds it and then scoots around to the right-hand side of the scrum, and it's just a lovely shift for shift that finds Tegan Berry in some space. I love it when the number 13 at the back picks up and either goes themselves and create the number there or comes up with a lovely shifting pass, which the Dragons do on that occasion. And Tegan Berry, well, she makes the most of that unfortunate error in the lead-up by the Knights and scores a 4-pointer in the corner.
Down to you, Alana.
Yeah, well, Lockie spoke to Jamie Soward, the Dragons coach, ahead of this game, and he was excited about the conditions and that they were able to play some attacking footy. It's exactly what we saw. Talia Fui-Mayono, again, who's been playing in the centres, came out on the left-hand side of the scrum. Pearson, the other half, swept around to the right as a bit of a decoy. And Zali Hopkins, who's been playing her role very well at 5'8", she slotted into that centre position and delivered the perfect pass to Tegan Berry. Great execution by the Dragons girls, but clever stuff from Jamie Soward as well.
Yes, Solana, the Dragons hit the front. They lead by 4. The attempted conversion here from Rachel Pearson. Terrific striker of the ball is Rachel Pearson. She struck that one well, but it's no goal.
Conversion has been unsuccessful. Still 12.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Dragons 8, Cleveland 9 score.
Tegan Berry with the try. The Dragons are in front. 8-4 as Holly Wheeler takes the hit up of the kickoff. McGrath West tackled on the halfway line. Dodd takes off, throwing dummies. Pearson. Davis to McGrath West. Good defence, Higgins in particular. Tommy Teitzel there as well. Now Pearson puts in a kick. And will just go dead. Emanita Paki letting that one go over the dead ball line. 7 tackle set now for the Knights.
Again, really good patience from the outside backs of the Knights there, not just playing at the ball because it was near them and they could hear pounding feet behind them, just allowing the ball to do its thing and garnering themselves a 7 tackle set restart. And we heard from Ron Griffiths just before that try, and he said he thought it was quite an even contest, and I would agree. Possession's been even, but the Knights have been able to just roll through with the ball in hand through their yardage. They've really warmed to their task, even though the scoreline is in favour of the Dragons.
Here's Boyle. Quick play the ball as well, and Higgins can take off. Goes to Southwell, puts a little grubber kick, and was there a knock on there in the end? It looked like it, and that's what it's been called. Knock back originally, but then the slightest of knock-ons, and the Knights will get a scrum feed.
Well, here we go. Jessie Southwell again attacking down that right edge off the back of some great work from Caitlin Johnston and Millie Boyle. The 1-2 punch that we've seen from the Knights all season is what's really sort of, I think, has helped their success so far. Definitely a knock on there, so it was the right call. And Jessie Southwell, her game knowledge is fantastic, and it's good to see her just trying a few little different things. We saw her in deep conversation with the 8th Immortal last week after their game, so you know, I'm sure she's getting some really great tips on strategizing and positioning of the D-line.
Higgins from the back of the scrum. Here's Johnston standing at first receiver, 12 metres away from the line. Knights looking to hit back. Southwell looked one way, passes the other, getting towards the line. In fact, not just getting towards the line, but reaching out and scoring is Kiana Takarangi. The Knights do hit back.
Well, again, Jessie Southwell getting the ball in 2 hands, putting the defensive line in 2 minds. She's really starting to stamp her authority on this match, and we see on the Harvey Norman replay, again, down that right edge, she's got Teitzel on her inside shoulder, which holds up the middle D from shifting off, and then it's just a lovely tip on out to Takarangi, who has to plenty of work to do. She's got such a tall player, she's got such a good reach, and to see her come up with that 4-pointer, that's magic for Kiana Takarangi, playing in the centre today. We normally see her on the wing. Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, Jessie Southwell, she's a really impressive player. Just technically does so many things so right. As you said, 2 hands, shows inside, and then creates the one-on-one. And Takarangi, she's got some strength. She had to do a lot there to get the ball down, but the little rubber kick from Southwell, that got the repeat set. And then she goes to the line and gives it. That's what your centres want. They want that one-on-one opportunity. And she's created that, and Takarangi gets the Knights back on even at 8 all, and Jessie Southwell's about to line up this kick. She had one not long ago, just around a similar area. So let's hope she's adjusted for it.
Jessie Southwell, 17-year-olds. It's coming back, but not enough.
seconds, Rachel, thanks.
8-all. Good contest between two finals-bound teams. Millie Boyle. Strong run. Here's Taylor Predabon. Having a terrific season off the bench for the Knights. Running with purpose, Newcastle. Simone Carpani on the field as well. Now Southwell, nice pass, Teitzel, but that's a great tackle. Shaylee Bent, was it?
Stowers.
Stowers, yes, Stowers. There's Bent making a tackle there on Southwell. Now Teitzel on the last, puts in a kick. And Fuimaono there for the Dragons, finds Emma Tonegado. Teitzel in there making the tackle along with Higgins.
And the chase I think the Knights have been putting on after a kick has been pretty solid because they've actually been able to freeze Tonegado out of the game. We see when she gets a fractured defensive line in front of her, she makes the most of it, but the Knights have really been up to that task. They've really shut her down so far this afternoon.
Davis. Namolde is on the field now for the Dragons. Dodd, that was a quick play, the ball. Finds Tonegado, and Tonegado will play it on the front foot here. Last tackle for the Dragons, Pearson. Puts it high in the air. Good take in the end. Was nowhere near it, Emanita Paki, but then had the dive and took it very well.
It's like fast slips catch, that one. That was beautiful work. And that wind obviously is moving across the field as well. That's what pushed the ball away from her in flight. Gee, she did beautifully just watching that one on the insert screen there. What a take.
Kira Dibb goes to dummy half, goes to Predabon. Strong charge. As you'd expect. Southwell goes short to Kapani. This is the last. Kira Dibb kicking from inside the 40. Big kick there from Kira Dibb. Down to the inside the Dragons 10. Nice bounce in the end there for Emma Tonegado. Look out. Oh, she's going to be wrapped up. Robbie Teitzel.
I almost put the commentator's curse on the Knights' defence. You know, when you praise them for something, and then the very next hand, they're up to the task. Up to the task, the Knights.
All about the commentator's curse. Stop the train. 5 short of halfway here, the Dragons. Really good contest. Davis, Namonde, Predabon in the tackle for the Knights. Yasmin Clydesdale there as well. Now Pearson, Tonegado. Tackled by Dibb down low, doing well. Last play, Pearson puts it high. Oh, attacking the ball absolutely magnificently was Shanice Parker. Great take.
That was fearless. She took that one on full flight, knowing that the defence was bearing down on her with everything they had. And Pearson's come reeling away from that, just sort of clutching at her neck there. She might have had a bit of contact in the challenge there, but hopefully she's all right because the Dragons definitely need her if they want to come away with this. Here it is on replay. Look at that, Parker. Heavy contact by Wheeler too.
There's a nice pass. Southwell, even better pass there to Kapani, trying to put some footwork on now. Oh, this is a good game inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. A try here for either side will be crucial. Kira Dibb, through the hands it goes. Bobby Law, oh, it was forward. It was forward to Bobby Law.
Last pass.
Yeah, that one came from the touch judge there.
Scrum Dragons.
Yeah, Rachel Pearson's still down with the trainer, but oh, we've seen a lot of those let go, haven't we? But here, this is that contact on Pearson. Oh, she just got caught awkwardly there against a bigger body. Nothing in that, just incidental contact.
The NRL Telstra Premiership Grand Final returns to Accor Stadium, Sydney for both the men's and women's on October 2. Be there to witness all the excitement live. Head to nrl.com/tickets. There's a run. Shaylee Bent breaks free. Is going to be tackled. Shanice Parker comes away the ball and knock on.
Two huge plays from Shanice Parker in the last couple of minutes. That great take that we've been talking about down the opposite end, and this huge run by Shaylee Bent. And Shanice Parker is the last line of defence. Swats away that fend. This is great technique for anybody watching at home. If someone's coming to fend you, you swat that fend away, and you either go underneath it if you swat up, or if you swat down, you go over the top. And her going over the top like that dislodges the ball. Great defensive play by Parker.
Deep throwing dummies. Tackled by Davis. Thought about the offload there to Bobby Law, but took the tackle. Higgins, the Predabon. Steaming onto that one. Drops it out the back. Kapani all backwards there to Southwell. Play on here for the Knights. And Jessie Southwell. Thought about a pass to Bobby Law. In fact, couldn't find her. Yasmin Clydesdale goes to Higgins. Long pass to Predabon. Back-to-back efforts for Taylor Predabon. Now Boyle tackled 12 metres away from the line. Quick play the ball as well. Here goes Higgins. Out of dummy half. Tonegado a try saver. Last play here for the Knights. Southwell, long pass. It's with Gentle. Oh, there's nothing gentle about that. She slams it down. Good try, Jessica Gentle. And the Knights hit the front.
What a wonderful way for this young woman to make her debut by scoring a try. She was the she was Player of the Year at the National Championships earlier this year, on debut here today for the Knights. And we'll see this on the Harvey Norman replay. There was plenty of lead-up play. We saw lots of offloads. The forwards were getting their jobs done beautifully. Higgins found some space off the back of a really great run by Millie Boyle. But this great vision by Southwell. She spots up and identifies. They do have a bit of a numbers overlap. And she gets a lovely, or it's a big Harbour Bridge pass away from dummy half, but Gentle had plenty of work to do. And she just gets back on the inside shoulder of the defensive line of the Dragons and scores that 4 points. Let's just see how much it not just meant to her, but to her teammates, for them to see her score on debut.
We've seen a few debutants score this afternoon. Great to see. Great ball out of dummy half.
Jeez, what good vision. You know, we speak about how important it is for you to sort of see the game one step ahead, and I think that's what Southwell does. She does have that foresight when it comes to footy, and that's why Andrew Johns spends so much time working with her, because he can see what she has, and she's showing her value definitely for the Knights this year.
Magnificent, Jessie Southwell. Well done, Jessica Gentle. A try and debut, still smiling. You won't wipe that smile off her face. Jessie Southwell. Kicks that one magnificently. It's there. So that'll be half time. What a time for the Knights to score. At the break, the Knights 14 lead the Dragons 8. Just about ready for action to recommence. The Knights to kick off. Dragons with first use of the football in the second 35. And we are underway. You'd expect this game to go right down to the wire. Holly Wheeler playing the ball just outside the 20. What a beautiful afternoon at Central Coast Stadium. Here's Namothe playing it 20 short of the halfway line. Here's Keely Davis.
A beautiful afternoon for footy, and some great footy for everybody to be watching here as well, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the best talent there is in the women's rugby league space. And this game in particular, I touted this throughout the week, this would be the game of the round, and it's very much living up to that billing so far, Saltsy.
Strong run from Tanganga, and here's Namothe. Last play, good set of 6 here for the Dragons as Hopkins. And the bounce, well, bounced kindly in the end for Parker, who goes to Amanita Paki. Now, International Rugby League is returning to Suncorp Stadium as Sunday, September 25. If you're in Brisbane, you can get your final footy fix for the year and watch the Pacific Oz Sports Prime Minister's 13 men's and women's teams take on PNG. Don't miss one of the last rugby league games in Australia for the 2022 season. Secure your seats at nrl.com/tickets. Clydesdale with a step, goes through. Yasmin Clydesdale for the Knights. Good. Oh, no, got away from Tonegado. You don't say that too often.
Not just got away, she just steamrolled. She just kept going, did Clydesdale. What a run.
2 tackles left in the set. Southwell going to Taylor Predabon, who's going to be tackled a couple of metres away from the line. Olivia Higgins goes to dummy half. Now Southwell puts a kick into the in-goal area. Oh, they'll get back in the field to play. Well done, Tegan Berry. Now it opens up for Tonegado. Look out. Gentle takes her. And a penalty. Now is this for Shanice Parker coming in, or attempted strip with 2 in the tackle?
Well, this is a great hit back by Tonegado there, but that kick from Southwell was beautiful. Here, we're watching this on replay, this break by Clydesdale. Look at her go. She sees Tonegado and just puts the bumpers out. Finds her front, quick play the ball, and the next shift, Southwell comes up with a lovely kick, but Tegan Berry, that's pretty brave defensive effort.
Taylor.
Good defence there on Saley Bent from Predabon. Now Namothe. Good run. Into Knights territory, go the Dragons. Oh, they put it down. Tanganga's put it down.
It's a tough pass to take when you're looking directly into the sun. Because when that ball's coming at you, especially with a player standing in front of it, it's pretty haloed, so it's hard to actually get your eyes in on it. And that's that shade that we spoke about, just wreaking havoc at the moment.
Bobby Law. Playing the ball for the Knights. Kira Dibb into the line. Going to Clydesdale. Now Parky setting sail for the corner. She'll score. Great ball movement from the Knights. And Amanita Parky scores the first try of the second half as the Knights extend their advantage.
This is great ball movement, taking full advantage of that error by the Dragons, who turned it over in pretty good field position, close to halfway. And on the Harvey Norman replay, we see here Higgins straight out of dummy half to Dibb. And the way the pass comes out means that Dibb's on the push. She's already engaging the defensive line. And Clydesdale, who set up that previous play with a great break, came up with some good defensive reads, puts a lovely pass away for Paki to find that corner. But gee, that really good setup play for the Knights, and they have been dominant when it comes to the amount of distance they're covering each set of 6. Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, put that try down to Kira Dibb. She came onto the football and she sort of committed 2 defenders with the way she come on the line she ran, and then you see here she just comes onto the ball at pace, and then she goes to the outside defender there and creates the overlap, creates the space. So really good vision from Kira Dibb there to get her outside players into some space, and that's the perfect start for the Knights' second half.
Isn't it ever? Amanita Parky with the first try of the second half. Jessie Southwell. Had some tough attempts this afternoon. And that is no goal.
No goal. Time off. Still got time, Rachel. 5 seconds.
10-point lead for the Knights over the Dragons, 18 points to 8. Taylor Predabon steaming onto that one. Wheeler and Albert in a tackle for the Dragons. Now Millie Boyle. Quincy Dodd over the top. Keely Davis down low. Higgins to Kapani. Driving defence. Good tackle there. Keely Davis in there for the Dragons. Clydesdale hit hard. Standing in the tackle though and plays the ball. Southwell. Good take. Tracking back there was Tegan Berry. Now staggered chase there from the Knights, but eventually they closed that gap and Berry's wrapped up.
As hard as Clydesdale runs then, I don't know if you could overhear the audio where she was just checking on Rachel Pearson, her New South Wales Blues teammate, just checking that she was all right. She sort of got her in a bit of an awkward spot there, so that's a wonderful display to be seen. Even though you run hard, play hard, you're still checking on your mate.
Elsie Albert, a little bit running hard. Jessie Southwell though, great tackle, down low. Now, Quincy Dodd goes to Hopkins. Tegan Berry kicks back towards the infield. Quincy Dodd's coming out after it. It's there, but it's going to be picked up in the end by Takarangi for the Knights.
Didn't Berry do well to drop that on the left boot? Raked back across the field, and this defensive effort here from the Dragons, squaring up to the Knights. They know they need to try and pin them down here because the Knights have been playing just beautiful footy at the moment.
You're on it now. Go. 3. Good work. 3.
Boyle.
Release now.
Put on her back.
Marcus. Holly.
Higgins. Here's Romy Teitzel. Good tackle there on Romy Teitzel from Tanganga. Southwell kicking from inside the 40. Over the head of Tonegado. Good bounce though for the Dragons fullback. Tackled 9 short of halfway. So
Zali Hopkins is still down with the trainer. She challenged one of the Knights players there and just took a bit of a heavy hit here. So we'll see if the play gets pulled up if the ball goes this way.
Fuimaono. Now Davis to Wheeler. Tries to spin away out of the tackles, but can't go anywhere. Renee Target at dummy half. It's good that Hopkins is back in the line for the Dragons. And here she is now with the ball in hands. Berry juggles that one. And this will be play on here for Gentle.
Knock on, girls, no advantage.
They'll take the knock on. Knock on from the Dragons. So the Knights will get a scrum feed on the attack here.
Yeah, and Hopkins...
coming out of their own end.
Yeah, Hopkins was able to take a position in the line just to help out with that raid down using the left edge of the Dragons there. I thought maybe if that had been a bit of a face ball across the centre out to Berry, and then having the Chantel Stowers as the centre just backing up on the inside might have got them a little bit more go forward. But great scramble by Jess Gentle on debut. I've been very impressed with what she's thrown up this afternoon.
And the Knights through Bobby Law. Put on her back. I'll ask you a question about Jessie Southwell in a moment. Rue. I'm giving you warning for a question you've got no idea what it's about, but...
Question with notice, but no real notice.
Here she is with ball in hand going to Clydesdale. Oh, solid defence. And Yasmin Clydesdale. Predabon. Good run from her. Now, Parker. Good tackle. Kick here from Southwell. Oh, was that put down? This will be play. Oh, no, it won't be play on now. They'll
Knock on
play.
here, Newcastle.
First knock
over,
on Newcastle. So no knock on from the Dragons.
Well, they breathe a sigh of relief there. Jessie Southwell, I was surprised she was actually able to get up and take that ball. She took some heavy contact after she threw the last pass in the previous play and then bounced to her feet, was able to put in that really good kick to ensure that her defensive line were able to get into position there. And she looks like she might just be holding the ribs there. She did take a fair knock, but good to see her back up and running.
And speaking of Jessie Southwell, if you're Brad Donald, the coach of the Gillaroos, is she in your squad at this stage?
She in the
for the World
squad?
Cup?
Yeah, I don't see it wouldn't hurt to have her in the squad to bring her along and you know, see how that rolls. But yeah, I think she's wouldn't be out of place in representative style and jerseys. We're just seeing that contact on her.
Chantel Stowers playing the ball. Here's a kick from Hopkins. Attacked that one really well, did Shanice Parker. Good shot on her as well. That's shaken her up. A bit slow to get up to her feet there is Shanice Parker.
She's been very brave at the back today. She's come up with some really good takes. She's taken some heavy treatment, but she just keeps turning up for the Knights, helping them get their sets off to really good starts.
12 short of halfway here, the Knights. Johnston. Oh, that ball had a bit of help in coming out. And the Dragons will have to watch out here because Emma Manselman, fresh legs on the field as well. You haven't seen much of NRLW. She is certainly a player to look out for, the number 14 for the Knights.
Absolutely, has excellent ruck recognition. I think Dragons might have a little bit hard done by there. It looks like it might have been a bit of a loose carry, but you've got to take those ones and make the most of them when you do get them. And Caitlin Johnston, who's just come back on the field, immediate impact. So couple her with Munzelman as well. The danger signs through the middle.
Speaking of Johnston, here she goes again. Stands in the tackle. And same result.
Tough to release, girls.
Penalty Knights.
Have the Dragons used their challenge yet? No?
No, we haven't had one, I don't think, in this game. We haven't.
I'd like to see that one back.
They tap and go, the Knights. Millie Boyle. Playing the ball, 13 metres away from the line. Southwell cut out pass, Kira Dibb to Bobby Law, and Law's going to be tackled eventually. 5 metres away from the line, Dibb to dummy half. Clydesdale, Yasmin Clydesdale looking to wind up to the line. She's tackled. 3 metres short, Menzelman to dummy half. It's with Johnston, she won't pass, she'll set sail towards the line. And is tackled a metre short. Gets up, plays it quickly. Menzelman, Southwell. It's with Teitzel. And Romy Teitzel's going to be stopped. Chantel Stowers in the defensive line there for the Dragons, doing well. Teitzel plays the ball back to Menzelman. Southwell. Crossfield kick is not a bad one. It's there for the Knights, knocked back by the Dragons, and it's going to be a goal line dropout, so the Knights get a repeat set.
Wow, Andy Robinson, she had first bite at that and it bounced off and went backwards, and then she scrambled back into position to try and shut this down, and I think she might have landed on the ball here. That's winded her. Good scramble, but the Knights, they're really starting to turn the screws. They're just mounting pressure. They're gaining momentum. They're solidifying their field position. Southwell's kicking game has been on song, especially with the wind behind her.
So here come the Knights. Mackenzie Wheel. 15 away from the line. Kapani. Can't beat Wheeler with that right foot step. Enselman to dummy half. Southwell plays in motion. Parker, long pass, Gentle looking for a second, is going to be stopped. Chantel Stour is doing well, along with Tegan Berry. Menzelman puts it down. She lost it there. The Dragons will get a scrum feed.
Really good inside pressure there from Holly Wheeler. She just shot up as she knew where the ball was going, and she pushed up and shut off the outside for Munzelman there, and then comes up. Just a clutch at Munzelman that just destabilises the ball in her arms there, comes up with the error. So the Dragons, they hang on here, but it's still very much the Knights with the glut of possession.
So this week on 100% Footy, we'll move to 9:40 p.m. on Tuesday night on 9 due to coverage of Her Majesty the Queen's funeral, which is on tomorrow night Australian time. Don't miss Gus and Gel preview their picks for the preliminary finals and break down all the drama from the weekend's clashes.
Locked in. Hold. Hey, Caitlin. Go now. Good. Come on,
Elsie Albert.
Simone,
With Paul Gallen on 100% Footy on Tuesday night. At least the extra day allows him to get makeup on to cover that black eye that he got from Thursday night. Had the work cut out last night.
I saw the palette knife in action.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gal.
You're only saying that because he's not here.
Exactly.
There's a good take. And live wire is Jessica Gentle.
It's been a really controlled performance in this second half by the Knights. Even though they come up with some really enterprising play, they've been really solid with ball in hand. They've completed 8 of their 9 sets in this second half, and they've had the bulk of possession, and the forwards are really getting through their work beautifully for them.
Certainly are. Johnston playing it. Southwell going to wheel. Menzelman, they go down the short side. Kira Dibb, Law, been on the Bobby Law quickly. Fua Mayono, that's a good battle on that far side. Clydesdale goes to dummy half. Kira Dibb on the last, was under pressure, got a kick away. It's knocked back there by Tegan Berry, so this will be a goal line dropout.
Goal line.
Again, the pressure continues. The kicking game of the Knights has been fantastic this afternoon. If you try and shut down Southwell, then it just goes to Dibb, who's got a huge boot. She can really hoik that up in the air, and Tegan Berry did really well to try and get back there, but I think that wind that's coming across the field just tends to push the ball away there, but the Knights get a result.
So here's the dropout. Wheel. 23 away on tackle 1. Important defensive set here for the Dragons. Johnston gets an offload. Kapani. She can't break free of the Dragons defence. Shaylee bent in there initially. McGrath West there as well. Now Parker goes here to Takarangi. Takarangi's tackled. Southwell to Johnston. Tackled by Albert. Quick play the ball. Menzelman from dummy half will get there. Well, there wasn't much doing earlier in the set, but Emma Menzelman has set Central Coast Stadium alight with a great individual try for the Knights.
Well, Saltsy, we spoke about that 1-2 punch. Both Johnston and Manzelman came onto the field at the same time. And on the Harvey Norman replay, we're going to see just why Emma Munzelman is so good off the bench. She spots up, she sees there is no markers in play. The defensive line are on their heels, they're looking out wide. They're not looking at the person who's going to pick up the ball from the play the ball. Caitlin Johnston's run just absolutely scattered the big players through the middle of the Dragons. They couldn't recover. You can't get off your line like that if your markers aren't in position and able to shut down and tie in with both A markers on the sides there. And Emma Munzelman does what she does so brilliantly, Alana.
Yeah, she's got such great impact from the bench, but great vision when a little bit of that fatigue comes into the game. But when we talk about the Knights and the control that they're playing with, Jessie Southwell has her fingerprints over everything. She even jumps into dummy half a couple of times just to make sure the ball's being fed the right way so that they can set up a little bit of shape on the open side. But she's been very busy and gets the 2 points to take it to 24 for the Knights.
Seconds there, Rachel. Thank you.
Fourteen and a half minutes to go. The Dragons, you know that they will keep asking questions, but the Knights have been terrific so far. But, Roo, you get the feeling with the Dragons, if they get one, they can get 2 or 3 pretty quickly. So they're still well and truly in this contest.
They sure are, but also in the same vein, the way the Knights have been playing, they've been strangling the Dragons out of this game. I think just they've been direct, they've been fierce defensively, they're getting up in the face of the Dragons and they're just really shutting them down at the moment. But you're right, I think the Dragons have definitely got points in them. If the Knights stay disciplined, they'll come away with it.
Kapani. Strong run again. And Millie Boyle, that looks like her afternoon's done, sitting next there to Olivia Higgins, and Peter Parr is on the other side. Here's a kick from Kira Dibb. And knocked it on in the end in traffic, so the Dragons hold on.
And she's earned that break, Millie, because she played all the way through until she just went off for Caitlin, so she'll definitely earn her time for her early shower this afternoon.
So next Sunday afternoon, that is the matchups for the semi-finals. Roosters v Eels and then Knights v Dragons. Bring it on at Suncorp Stadium from 2 o'clock next Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how both of these teams turn out next week. It's been a physical encounter this afternoon, but there'll be a lot of players returning next week, so I think the standard will still be extremely high, and both games, I can't wait to see them, Salty.
Terrific afternoon. Here's Hopkins. Seems an age since they've been able to have an attacking kick. That's a good take there from Parker. Some strong defence needed now from the Dragons. Aki put on her back. You want strong defence. The person to go to is Holly Wheeler. That was a good tackle. Now Jendal. Wheeler in there again, along with Chantel Tanganga. Menzelman goes here to Teitzel. Amy Teitzel playing it. Johnston. Oh, there's a good hit. Guess who? Holly Wheeler. Southwell. Great kick. Splits the winger and fullback. Down to the in-goal area it goes. Sits up. Oi! Nearly a knock-on. Doing well there in the end was Andy Robinson.
But again, what an incredibly well-placed kick by Southwell. You said that, you called it. She split both outside backs, and then the bounce on it just almost got away from Andy Robinson, but she did really well to come away with it. But again, the defensive effort from the Knights here, just not allowing the Dragons to play that open style of footy we're used to seeing out of them.
Berry playing the ball. Here's the Mothe. Now, Tara McGrath-West is off the field at the moment for a head assessment from the Dragons, their front rower. There's a kick from Rachel Pearson. That one into the corner. Tell you what, Parker taking an age to get to it, and Fuimaono gets to her. They're going to drive her right back almost to the line. That's some good defence from Robinson and Fumaono. The Dragons looking to aim up here in defence.
Yeah, they need to try and pin the Knights down in this half and maybe force a turnover, just try and jostle that ball free, legally, of course. And again, unsurprisingly, Caitlin Johnston, 183 metres, and Millie Boyle, 167. The two bookends just leading the way for the Knights. I've been very impressed with the way they turned up the Savo.
Great afternoon for the Johnstons. Ellie earlier for the Eels. Yeah, Caitlin this afternoon. What an afternoon. Now, Kira Dibb, that one's floating in the air, but it's a good take in the end there from Robinson. And they're 8 short of halfway here, the Dragons. Into Knights territory goes St George Illawarra. Tanganga playing it. Here's the Mothe. The Mothe standing the tackle. It was Stowers with that last run. Here's Hopkins. Into the line. Nowhere to go there. Romy Teitzel. Target goes to dummy half. Pearson puts it high. They let it bounce. Could go anywhere. It's been picked up here by the Dragons. The Mothe's got it. She's going to get caught with the ball.
6 and change. Knights ball, Lady. Just leave it
It's
there.
a changeover.
Oh, that bounce of that ball was wicked. It went straight up and then it went Dragons' way and the Knights just scrambled really well. Look at this. Landed just in no man's land in front of Bobby Law there. And Pearson did well to pick it up, but the Knights, they just hung on really well. Defensively, I've been really impressed with their line speed, the way they've shut down the attacking prowess of the Dragons this Savo.
Yasmin Clydesdale playing at the Menzelman. Here's Southwell throwing dummies. Taylor Predabon. Another good run. Last play here for the Knights. Southwell puts that one out on the full. A rare error from the 17-year-old.
Just miscued that one. There was some inside pressure coming in at that kicking leg. But just miscued it. But another defensive effort required here from the Knights if they want to keep the Dragons out. But I have sort of been noticing there's been it's been quite a large 10 that the referee's been setting. Maybe that's why we're seeing such significant go forward being punched through the middle.
Pick up, Roo. You just saw there, right on cue. Came back 12 metres. I think it's past Ruan Sims.
Release the legs. Marker, 16 square hole.
Target goes to dummy half. Wheeler. Through the hands it goes. Here's Shaylee Bent.
Romy, release. Hold.
Tonegado. Hopkins. Stowers. Berry. Back towards the centre of the ground. Puts in a little kick over the top. The bounce will be interesting. And the Knights have got it through Mackenzie Wheel.
Oh, and Tegan Berry stayed down after the challenge on that kick there. She's clutching that left knee or ankle. No, she might just be having a bit of a cramp. I'm hoping that's all it is for her. You can see she's in the hands of Mick Baines there. But the Knights, they're just relentless. They're just trucking it up. They're working hard. They're backing each other up, and their defence has really been on song.
Well, here's a mistake.
Skipper.
No.
Hey, Bucky.
Tegan, oh, there's a challenge.
Coming to tackle 4. On-field ruling of knock-on. Knights are challenging that.
Just seeing if there's any hands in there from the Dragons.
think this one might have just been for a bit of a breather.
Just seeing if there's a hand from Elsie Albert that pulls at the ball.
What do you think, Roo?
There's a hand from Elsie, but she's playing at the hand of Parker. So see how she's on Parker's hand?
Yes.
That's not illegal.
Elsie Albert's left hand makes a stripping action of the ball.
It's a
Challenge
right
is
hand.
successful.
I don't think that's a strip. Personally, I think she's playing at the hand of the player,
Challenge successful.
but I'm not
Penalty
reffing.
here, girls.
A challenge successful. The Knights, a good challenge in the end. Leading 24 points to 8. 5.5 minutes
40.
remaining.
Hold.
Romy Teitzel
Release now, Charlie, no more. Elsie.
driven back in the tackle.
Hold. Charlie, give her room.
Predabon throws it out the back. Menzelman, nice pick up, opens up for it here. Emma Menzelman can't get away from Bent, who holds on, and Tonegado comes in to finish off. Southwell to dummy half. Rumina. Tackle 12 away from the line. Kayla Romanuck playing the ball for the Knights. Menzelman the Predabon. Tackle 3 away. Getting through some work is Taylor Predabon. Now Mackenzie Wheel for the line will get there for the Knights. Newcastle with another second half try. This time it's through Mackenzie Wheel.
I think Mackenzie Wheel has been a real find for the Knights this year. I've seen some incredible performances out of her. Coming off the bench, she just brings a lot of spark to the team, and we see here on the Harvey Norman replay, the Knights played a real power game leading into this. Predabon came up with some good charges, Munzelman off the back of it, and then Wheel just backed it up straight through the middle. The front door has just been knocked right down by the Knights here today at Central Coast Stadium. Look at that. Down with purpose.
And she celebrated hard because it's her first NRLW try for Mackenzie Wheel. Plenty of work to do. And well done to her. Mackenzie Wheel with the try. So bragging rights ahead of next week's semi-final going to the Knights, but these two teams have got a semi-final to play next week. The Dragons with a chance to have the last laugh as a spot in the NRLW Grand Final is up for grabs. Southwell converts from in front. Now Friday night we're heading to Townsville for preliminary finals footy on 9. The Cowboys hosting the Eels in a massive grand final qualifier live. Tune in Friday night from 7 o'clock on your home of NRL finals footy, Nine's Wide World of Sports. Townsville will be absolutely pumping next Friday night.
Already sold out. Amazing.
I was saying earlier in the day, Roo, I know some Eels fans who are travelling pretty much to every town in Queensland to make their way to Townsville.
It's going to be a big weekend for Eels fans. You go watch the boys against the Cowboys and then duck down, watch the women play the Roosters. What a weekend.
Yeah, massive weekend. Jasmine Clydesdale.
She's been good for them this Arvo, hasn't she, Saltsy?
Good all season.
Plenty of go forward, good physicality. Normally we see her as an outside back and transitioning to second row.
A little bit of a bow peak there, did Mackenzie Wheel. Still thinking about the try.
Yeah. But yeah, Clydesdale's been really good for them. So strong, so physical. Can play multiple positions too. So, you know, when you have that, you need that player that can play a few different ones just in case you get an injury. And we've seen that being utilised by the Knights this year, both with her and Romy Teitzel.
All heads in, girls. All
Both
heads
great
in.
in that second row position.
Block off, ball in, stay in, break.
Mayono, tackled by Romanuck. He's done well in jersey number 16. The 2 stints on the field. Now Wheeler. Whatever you do, don't write off this Dragons team next week. They'll bounce back. Albert. Elsie Albert. We'll get up and play it. 21 away from the line. Pearson, Tonegado, steps back towards the middle of the ground. Stands in the tackle, made to play it. Here's the Mothe. Charging towards the try line. Will roll over and get the ball down. We'll see. No, we'll have to play it just short of the line. Now Elsie Albert, good luck stopping it from there. Somehow, surely she's got the ball down. No, the call have held up.
Hey, Bucky, tackle
Or is
6, on-field ruling held up. Can you confirm that ball stays up?
So Elsie Albert fighting in the tackle. Did she get the ball down?
There's plenty of attention around her, but I was just worried about Munzelman gets absolutely bent. Her knees are
At this point, we
underneath.
lose vision of the ball. We're just going to look through other available angles to see if the ball's on the ground at any point.
And she's got 4 players going over the top of her in that vulnerable position.
We have no clean angle to show the ball at any point, so we'll be supporting the on-field decision. We have a decision.
What about the position that Emma Menzelman ends up in their room? It's unbelievable.
My knees are hurting just watching
Push
that.
up, Renee.
But she got up. She's able to play on.
Here's a mistake.
Hey, Elsie Albert knew it straight away. She got up clapping.
Challenge.
Yeah,
Hey,
35
Bucky,
seconds left.
come into
May
tackle
as well.
1.
Got 1 to burn.
On-field decision of lost ball. Knights are challenging.
No challenge. Kayla Romanuck putting the ball down in her first carry after we gave her a wrap. There's the commentator's curse, but they've gone to a captain's challenge.
The Knights player loses possession on the ground, which is a knock-on. Challenge is unsuccessful.
Worth a shot. Thanks, mate. Challenge unsuccessful.
Challenge
Scrum
unsuccessful. It is a mistake from Kayla
Jesse, this
Romanuck.
side, thank you. Just wait, Renee.
Semi-finals
Wait, Renee.
next
Box
week,
up.
Sunday
Ball heads in,
afternoon
Nick.
from 2 o'clock on Nine's Wide World of
Heads in, Renee,
Sports.
Renee, head in the scrum. Just get in. Okay.
The Roosters against the Eels, then the Knights against the Dragons. Fuimaono cut out Stowers on the bounce, finds Berry. And Berry stops 16 metres away from the line.
Lock in square hold.
20 seconds remaining. Wheeler. Tackled 9 away from the line. Target to dummy half. Cut out to Mothe. Pearson. Fires a pass. Some good defence there. Here's the Mothe. Last play of the game. Stopped 3 metres away from the line. And that will be it. The Newcastle Knights with a big victory in the end over the Dragons. 30 points to 8. Next week, the semi-finals from 2 o'clock. It is going to be the Roosters against the Eels and then the Knights and the Dragons. They are our NRLW semi-finals. But this afternoon, the Knights too good for the Dragons. 30 points to 8.